to do. We're getting set for the start. The South African Michael Stephen and Antti Ollikainen share the front row of the grid. Ryan Urban, Fernando Guzzi on the second row of the grid. Look out for Luis Chavo from North America. He's out of grid number 5 as we go green. He's going to be Michael Stephen, who leads down into turn number 1. Ollikainen gets pushed out wide. There he is trying to slot in, but he's going to lose 2-3 spots maybe. He tries the high line. I think he will just hang on to it. Yes, indeed he does. Only just though. Your race leader on this opening lap of the race is Michael Stephen. Ryan Urban. Ollikainen in third spot. There is Stephen. Opening laps of this race, he's got the New Zealander, Ryan Urban, right behind him. Then it's Ollikainen in third spot. Luis Chavo, the American, is there in position number 4. Head of the Dutchman, Jim Ringelberg. Michael Stephen, 11-time South African champion. There's Henry Martin from Argentina, leading the Canadian Scott Campbell, still inside the top 10. Out front, Michael Stephen. Yes, 3-time South African production car champion with Audi. He leads the Rotax Max Grand Final here in Portugal. Across the line one more time, he looks behind him. The Kiwi has not gone anywhere. In fact, he's getting closer. He tries the inside line. Stephen shuts the door. Ollikainen watches on. Jim Ringelberg, the Dutchman, now up into position number 4, starting to close in on the leaders. There is Ryan Urban in the black race suit. Jim Ringelberg, 440 also with the black Alpine Star suit. He's gone through into third spot. Pushes Ollikainen back to 4th. Urban still holds on to position number 2. Fernando Guzzi goes through. The Brazilian in position number 6. There is the Canadian Scott Campbell. Still fighting inside the top 10. One ahead of Adam Hunter. Michael Stephen now with a little bit of a break. Jim Ringelberg up the inside of Ryan Urban. The Kiwi still holds on to position number 2. The Dutchman, Jim Ringelberg, 440, cannot find a way past. Michael Stephen with the clear visor. Oh, nice move that time. Antti Ollikainen, a big get out of the way to Jim Ringelberg. Fernando Guzzi says, thank you very much. The Brazilian, he takes both of them. Luis Chavo, the American, just behind Ringelberg. Back in position number 7. Back to the leaders, Michael Stephen, defensive. Urban tries the outside line. Scott Campbell. Renato Russo, the other Brazilian, going through. Back to the front of the field. Ryan Urban has a look up the inside. Oh, he's gone wide. That almost cost him. He had a big look at the South African. Michael Stephen was not letting him through, held his nerve. Urban very lucky to get away with that one. Ollikainen, the driver from northern Finland, just next door to the North Pole. We spoke to him before the race. He's looking for a big win here this afternoon. The driver from Finland in 405 is in position number 3. One ahead of the Dutchman, Ringelberg. Fernando Guzzi from Brazil. He holds down position number 5. There goes Guzzi. One ahead of Luis Chavo, the American, now into position number 6. Michael Stephen under tremendous pressure. Look at first through 6 as Chavo goes through. They cannot find a way past the South African. Fernando Guzzi, he gets past Ringelberg. Chavo in 409 watches on. Michael Stephen again defensive at 139 kilometers an hour here in Portugal. Ollikainen up the inside. He's gone through on Urban. Can the Finn do anything about the leader out front? Michael Stephen continues to lead. Oh, Guzzi goes very wide onto the start-finish straight. Ollikainen over the ripple strip. Urban tries the outside line. They're both attacking the South African. Urban goes wide. Guzzi up the inside. Jim Ringelberg takes the Brazilian. This is fantastic racing here in Portugal, but still, the South African Michael Stephen leads. Antti Ollikainen from Finland in second spot. Fernando Guzzi, the Brazilian, is third. Can Ollikainen do anything about the leaders? Oh, Guzzi's been pushed wide. He's not happy about that at all. Renato Russo, his countryman's gone through. That's cost him badly. Michael Stephen, 462, 11-time South African champion. under tremendous pressure here in Portugal. Scott Campbell goes through, just ahead of Fernando Guzzi. Olekainen tries the high line on Michael Stephen. Stephen down the inside. Olekainen looks behind him. There's no one there. He's ready to launch an attack. Stephen, Olekainen. Urban back in position number 3. Olekainen. Oh, and Stephen, they touch. They're both out. Stephen and Olekainen, 1 and 2, are both out. They have managed to rejoin, but a long way down the field. Michael Stephen, well, his dream of winning the Rotax Grand Final has gone up in smoke in that one move. The new race leader from New Zealand, 4-1-1, Ryan Urban from Auckland in New Zealand. How good was that for the Kiwi? Stephen and Olekainen, they took care of each other. Your race leader is Ryan Urban. Lewis Chavo is now up into second. Jim Ringelberg, another veteran of world karting, he's in third. Make that fourth, because he's just been passed by the driver from Argentina, Gabriel Zugella. Renato Russo also going through. The Brazilian, he's now up into fourth spot. They're side by side going down the hill. The Frenchman, Charlie Hip, Scott Campbell. There they are, fighting on for 7th and 8th place. Campbell up the inside, takes the Frenchman. Moves up another position. Ryan Urban, though. New Zealand has never won the Rotax World Final. They've had a few podiums. Ryan Urban on track to create history here in Portugal this afternoon. But he will have to withstand the pressure. Well, Antti Olekainen, you can see him on screen, 4:05. Tyre marks on that Sodi Kart bodywork. What could have been for the Finn? Out front, though, no one is going to catch Ryan Urban. Just a few weeks after New Zealand win the Rugby World Cup, Ryan Urban becomes the first ever Kiwi to win the Rotax Max Grand Final. He's absolutely ecstatic. The American Lewis Chavo across the line in second spot. And the Dutchman, Jim Ringelberg, takes the final step of the podium. Well, he's done it. The driver from Auckland, New Zealand. Let's hear from the race winner, Ryan Urban.
Yeah, what a race. I got shuffled back to 5th at one stage. I just didn't give up. And I knew there could be an accident any time, so I kept pressing on. We definitely had the pace in the car. I was just trying to get past.
You made a big move for Chavo on about halfway through the race and went very, very wide. That nearly cost you.
Yeah, I did go a little bit wide there, but we gathered it back up and carried on.